Day. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend or had a fantastic weekend. I know we did, and it's nice to have a Monday that's a little bit different than the work week Mondays, right? Some of us are still laboring on Labor Day, and that's okay. I want to share with you 3 steps that we can take on a daily basis that will help us have better days on a daily basis. And then I'm gonna go into some more details, about how that might look for me, and then I'd love to hear what you do, um, to help yourself have a better day. We can live our life by design, not by default. Unfortunately, our society likes to keep us convinced that we have no control over anything. And yeah, there's a lot of circumstances we don't have control over, but we always have control over what we choose to dwell on, what we choose to focus on, what we choose to remind ourselves of. So today we're going to talk about that. But I want you to know the end of the story, we win. We win. How do we do that? Well, James, the younger brother of Jesus. Now think about that. What was it like to be the younger brother of Jesus? And before Jesus was crucified, James was not a follower of his. It wasn't until after he rose from the dead that James saw Jesus for who he truly was, not just his older brother, but that he was the Savior. And then he came to saving faith. And then he wrote a wonderful letter to all of us. I love a lot of the tidbits that I've learned from James, but I love this one too. 3 steps to having a better day. First one is remember that God gives grace to the humble. So, the first thing we need to do is to submit ourselves then under God. What does submit mean? Submit means to put ourselves underneath what He says. So submit ourselves to underneath what He says, humble ourselves. It's not about us, it's about who we are because of what Jesus has done. I'm accepted in the beloved. Because of the beloved, I am accepted. I am purchased by Him. I am chosen by Him. I am redeemed by Him. So first step, put yourself under what God says about you. Second step, resist the devil and he will flee from you. Resist the devil and say, when he says, his name is the thief, he wants to steal those truths from us. He's the accuser. He wants to condemn us for what we've done when we've actually been redeemed and we've been forgiven. Of course, yes. He's the deceiver. He wants us to believe that we can't. We can't do this. We can't have good days. We can't control what we are focusing on, or we're not good enough. We're a disappointment. That was what I listened to for decades. But that didn't help me have better days. It kept me in captivity when my Redeemer showed me, oh, but guess what? You're accepted in the beloved. And guess what? It doesn't depend on you. It depended on me. That's what Jesus says to me. And then the last step, so step 2 is resist the devil, all of his lies, all of his deceiving that he whispers to us. And sometimes it feels like he's shouting at us, screaming at us. And the last one is draw near to God, and he will draw near to you. He already is near. When we draw near to him, we realize how near he is. Oftentimes, when it feels like God is really quiet, it's because he's so near, he whispers. I love thinking about that. And I love thinking about him as my father, that I can crawl up into the lap of my father and draw near to him. So, 3 steps to have a better day. Submit yourselves to God, to what God says about you. Resist the devil when he lies to you. He'll flee from you when you resist. You say, "No way, you're a liar." And draw near to God, he will draw near to you. Stand firm in what God says about you. I have announced that I'm going to be doing a challenge. Now I have the dates set. September 14th is going to be our start date. It is going to be a 7-day challenge, but there is a, excuse me, got to drink my water. That's part of our challenge. There is a Sunday in there. So we're going to go to September 22nd. So it's actually going to be 8 days because there's a Sunday that sneaks in there. Um, it is going to be suiting up and healing our heart and our health. Suiting up, healing our hearts, and healing our health. A quick start guide for that for 7 days. So let me know if you're interested in that. I'm going to have some sign up forms that you can sign up for. It's absolutely going to be no cost in exchange for your feedback from for me. So I will appreciate anyone who would like to participate in that. I'm going to have them short and bite size for 7 days so that we can start suiting up and healing our hearts and healing our health. So that's going to start on September 14th. I'm going to leave you today. We started with 3 steps, and I'm going to end with 30 words. I know that sounds like a lot, but when you hear it, and I'm going to post this on Shifting Inside Out. So if you're not in Shifting Inside Out, visit Shifting Inside Out or go check it out or search for it on Facebook and ask to be added to this group. Here are the 30 words I want you to remember for this Monday, Labor Day. Your value does not increase or decrease based on what others might say or think about you, including our enemy. Your value comes from the ingredients God used to make and save you. And that's a quote from John Inman. So I'm excited to share that. I'm excited to share the challenge. And I will see you again tomorrow with some more things for us to think about, something to think about.